Alright guys, next video is going to be on Equipoise. This is actually my first video, so I'm not going to really say next, but whatever. Let me see if I can put these on without fucking showing my face. So yeah guys, in this video I'm going to talk about Equipoise, otherwise known as Boldenone undesilinate. It's kind of the official name of it. But yeah, it's a great steroid, great for bulking, great for cutting, just a good all-around steroid. Now, I have to include that for bulking phases, it's going to be slightly better for bulking, even though it has to be used as a higher dosage, and that's because of the estrogen conversion. And estrogen obviously helps build muscle, helps build lean mass. Aside from just giving the muscles a fuller look, it does actually help with protein synthesis and IGF-1 synthesis and IGF-1 uptake. But yeah, I've actually done that kind of research through like blood work. Like I've had times where I've taken IGF-1 when I was running a test and trend cycle, and then I had one where I was taking just mast and trend only, no test. The sexual side effects didn't really affect me, but that's because I don't really get sexual side effects from steroids except from DECA. DECA will definitely give any guy out there sexual side effects. Any guy. No doubt. But aside from that, Equipoise, Boldenone, great steroid. You fucking crack my back. So yeah, Equipoise is a great steroid. I think I already mentioned that. What else am I going to say? Okay, so in terms of bulking, it needs to be run at a pretty high dosage, like a very high dosage. It has a pretty long ester, so if you want that shit to kick in fast and like right away, you need to be running at least like probably 2 grams your first week, maybe even 3 grams your first week. It's not uncommon at all. You know, that's just how it is. It's not uncommon to see people run over a gram of this shit, like, ever, right? Even if it's like, even if it's like throughout the whole cycle, if they're running, you know, a gram, 1.5 grams, 1.6 grams throughout the entire cycle, it's not uncommon at all. But one thing to keep in mind is that Boldenone converts to two main things. That's Equipoise, that's fucking estrogen, and dihydroboldenone. So, what does that mean? That means more muscle synthesis. You're going to look fuller, and that's obviously great for bulking, right? You know, to have extra water in those muscles, you know, helping to transport nutrients there. And estrogen also helps with IGF-1 uptake and IGF-1 synthesis, but I'm going to get to that in a later video, maybe if I do a video on tren or IGF-1 or something that I have experience with. This is Equipoise, dosed at 400 milligrams per cc. Yeah. Obviously I took the labels off because I don't think whoever sold this to me, you know, I'm not fucking giving free advertising, and yeah, whoever sold this to me probably doesn't want me advertising their shit on YouTube, so whatever. Anyways, it's already 4 minutes. I gotta get wrapping up. This is probably gonna be a long ass video because there's a lot to this steroid. So yeah, key points I've made so far. Equipoise converts to two things: estrogen and dihydroboldenone. Right? So, I talked about the estrogen. Let me talk about the dihydroboldenone. So dihydroboldenone is not a very well-known steroid. If you can take actual DHB cypionate, right, and you can inject it, and it's probably going to give you a lot of pip, unless if you're just like, you know, having no fucking nerves there and, you know, can't feel pip or whatever. Got like fucking buns of steel and shit. But yeah, Um, what else was I gonna say? Fucking. Yeah. So, Equipoise does. It's good for bulking, okay? But when you bulk on this stuff, you need to be running at least 1.3 grams a week. All right, tried and tested. Now, since Equipoise usually has a pretty long ester Boldenone, it needs to be ran usually front loaded at like 3-4 grams. So for that reason, I would suggest trying to find Boldenone dosed at 400 milligrams per cc, not 250, because if it's dosed at 250 milligrams per cc, you're going to have to inject like 20 cc's on your first week, and that's, you're not going to have room for anything else. Obviously, they have boldenone acetate, boldenone cypionate, boldenone, enanthate, whatever. I don't know what they have out there. And it does the same thing as Equipoise, it just doesn't last as long in the system. But, what else can I say about boldenone? Okay, so boldenone, really great to stack with tren. Done it. Gained about 7, I want to say 1600 milligrams, 1.6 grams of boldenone, and 400 milligrams of Trenace. And I gained about, I want to say 7 pounds in a week. Are those newbie gains? Possibly, because I am a hard gainer. Usually I top off at like 190 pounds, and that's if I'm like really dirty bulking. So with that being said, um, with that being said, let me get right into things. So, that'd be a good cycle, 1600 boldenone, 400 tren a week. That roughly comes out to about what, 6 to 8 cc's, maybe 10 if you're running on the lower end of the concentrations, but not too bad. More likely than not, you'll probably have to include test in there. The whole thing about you having to run test and there's no substitute for test isn't all the way true. I've run cycles without test, just because I bloat really easily. So you can kind of see a little bit of blow right now. My neck, got some turkey neck going on. Got some chubby cheeks. Actually, my cheeks are pretty well right now. It's just my fucking neck. And my chin. Because I got a short chin, so, don't really build too much muscle there. But yeah. What else? Boldenone. Okay. Another thing about boldenone is cutting. Boldenone can be used for cutting. Keep in mind that it is estrogenic to a certain degree. Not as estrogenic as test or D-bol, but still estrogenic. But thankfully, boldenone also converts to DHB, and it can be taken with Mastron to help prevent those estrogenic side effects and to help with that hardening, right? And if boldenone is taken with Mastron or Proviron or some other kind of aromatase inhibitor, not saying that Mastron and Proviron are aromatase inhibitors, but can act like them. But yeah, DHB, pretty good stuff. Boldenone, pretty good stuff. Tren, pretty good stuff. So yeah, I mean, that's a good cycle, maybe 250 tests just to keep things kind of running through. If you're a hard gainer like me, you know, maybe bump it up to 500, 750. Run 1600, 12, about 800 to 1600 milligrams of Boldenone and about 400 to 600 milligrams of tren a week. Obviously, you know, ideally you'd want to be taking tren enanthate because you're not going to have to inject as many cc's as usually tren enanthate is dosed at 200 milligrams per cc instead of 100 like the acetate. But if you want to get things kicking in fast, then I suggest the acetate. And I think that's about it. Guess I'll, oh shit, not show my face. I'll do a physique update right here. Let's see. Show you how my physique is doing. Generally don't like to show my front because I got a bunch of scars on there and I'm very self-conscious about them. But I'll show you my back and my shoulders. Alright, let's do this.